All right, let's see what we got here today. YouTube statistic. Why don't I even upload anymore at this point, dog? I fell off and I'm averaging like what, 10 views a video? And that sucks. It really does. Especially when I feel like I'm putting in more effort than I ever have. So 10 to 15 hours per video. I'm basically averaging 1 to 0.67 views per hour. It's pretty sad, isn't it? And at this point, it just doesn't feel like it's worth the effort anymore, which is what I would say if I was a year younger. But no, that's not what I'm gonna say. Because I know deeper down that I have a bigger reason for uploading than just stupid views. You know, I'm just now starting to realize that a lot of the stuff that I like to do has a record to it. Gym, I log in my workouts. Journaling, I log in my days. And YouTube, I log in my videos. And you know, it makes it pretty convenient for the sake of what I'm trying to do here, because I need a refresher, to be frank. A refresher on why I started this in the first place. And if I remember correctly, I think I have a video that exactly answers this question.
About that. For me, when I was a kid, I really liked teaching. Ever since I was young, whenever my friends needed help, I was like, oh, sure, I'll teach you. And it just felt really nice to be able to be dependent on and to actually help others. And that's why I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to help others on this self-improvement journey. I wanted to teach others about all the things that I learned on my journey so they can make their journey a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find the answer to the question that you're asking when you literally got a recording that does it for you. So, my reason? Because I wanted to help people. He summed it up pretty well in everything. I wanted to help people by giving advice that I would have personally wanted and I personally would have been impacted by. And so that doesn't just go for the me that was 5 years younger, 13-year-old me, but rather even as early as the me that was a week younger. But ultimately, finding this reason doesn't really help me, because it's the same if I don't accomplish it in comparison to uploading for the sake of views. If I didn't achieve this reason, it'd still be kind of pointless, don't you think? So, did I actually accomplish my reason? The short answer, yes. But the longer answer is a far more meaningful and intentional yes. Is going back and looking at all my old comments that I've gotten on videos reminds me of how much I've genuinely changed people's lives. Coming amongst this one, person was suicidal. And this was not the only case. And there were a couple ones that I saved just to remind myself of the reason I had to keep going. A 13-year-old girl who was always putting up a front for her brothers, for her family, for her friends, and never received the help she really needed. Another 13-year-old girl that was depressed and suicidal. Her whole family forgot her birthday and just felt like she didn't even exist. And a couple of dudes that really just liked what I was uploading, enjoyed my videos, and found some of them funny, some of them helpful, and some of them impactful. And all it took was 10 to 15 hours of my time. From a kid that's not even truly an adult yet. An 18-year-old Chinese kid that's probably autistic, retarded, egotistical, and selfish. It took 10 to 15 hours and a couple words from this kid to change a person's life, to turn them away from suicide, and to do something good for this world. And that is the reason why I want to do this, and I want to continue doing this, because I hope to continue changing people's lives and doing some good for this world in my own individual way. Because in all reality, people say it'll just click, because it really does. And I know it's hard trying to go about it continually without really knowing if it's the right thing or not. The only way you're gonna get any closer is by asking yourself this one big question. Why do I do this? There's two real things that you gotta keep in mind every single time when you do something. One, why do I do this? Two, holding on to that reason and not forgetting it. Because the whole reason why I went on this kind of journey to find my reason was because I lost it in the first place. When you have that reason, cling on to it for dear life. If you don't, find it. Find it anyways. Dig for that reason. Excavate for that reason. Mine a hole through the earth to China for that reason. Because that reason is the reason you live and you don't just survive.